Today we have a topic, stress management. Quite a number of students have just approached me, said, "Sir, how to avoid stress? Because it is bothering us a lot, and not only uh, in terms of our studies, it is affecting even in our day-to-day life, sir. We are not able to come into terms as far as stress is concerned. So as a result of that, our mind is getting astray, and therefore we are unable to concentrate on our regular schedule. So actually, stress comes out of mainly two things: worrying too much about the future and not able to manage or not able to cope up with the level of frustration and with the level of the work. When you are having a target and you are unable to complete it, and targets are generally fixed by you or as well as it is fixed by the management, or maybe if you are a student, your level of understanding or your level of coping up with the subject is limited, but you have to study all those subjects. So obviously your mind gets boggled up, and it gets on pressuring your mind to complete the tasks as well as the work that has been assigned to you in a preferable period of time. So therefore, when you are unable to do that, you ultimately get anxiety, and this frustration leads to alienation. So therefore, what are the ways and means by which we can avoid it? So for a student, please keep us. We know that we are all having aptitude. My aptitude is that I'm a student. I'm a good student in science. I can cope up well with a subject like physics, chemistry, biology, as well as mathematics. And similarly, another boy, we might be having an aptitude to study economics or maybe arts or political science or sociology, whatever it is. And one more subject may be having an aptitude of fine arts. Another person may be having aptitude of music. So we need to decide actually where we stand and what is our inherent talent. So unfortunately, I am not interested in music, but I am forced by my parents to go into music. So therefore, it doesn't comply. As a result of that, you see, so similarly, a person wants to be an engineer, but his parents forced him to go for a doctor. So he may not like the smell of the laboratories or maybe whatever it is. So similarly, on the basis of our aptitude, intelligence, and our passion, we have to decide about these subjects. So similarly, I have a target. I am doing business. And duly, I have kept a target of more than 100 units, but my capacity is only to complete 50 units. So when I am unable to complete the 100 units, obviously pressure mounts. I keep it myself and I have a target. I have made a plan according to that, but unfortunately, I have not achieved it because my target is only 50, but I have assigned myself and kept it as 100. So therefore, where is 50 and where is 100? There is a difference. So this puts me into a lot of trouble, and I get unduly worried that I could not do that. This is also stress. And there are certain other things. People are there, who think and more than the required limits, they think about their future. Today I am in this condition. What is going to happen to because future nobody can predict. What I am going to do tomorrow, what are the ways, where I will settle, where I will do. So all those things, obviously puts a person into stress. And once the stress, leads to problem of ill health, and as well as, that will lead to frustration, and frustration to alienation, alienation to anomie. And that anomie is a very dangerous thing. So one has to be very, very careful whenever we have to fix up a target or fix up something. So worry leads nowhere. Worry is like a spicy curry. The more of spicy curry you have, it will create problems in the stomach. So therefore, we need to keep the curry in our limitation. So that means keep the target according to your reachable limits. And sometimes, I'm a good student, but something happens at the work, at my workplace or at the school. There are because of my antagonism, or maybe because I am unable to have cope up with my peer group or my superiors, or whatever it is, because there are pressures. And sometimes expectations from others also lead to stress. So, what are the ways and means by which we can avoid it? First of all, you must be very active. The more you become idle, the more you sit at one place, and then more you just think that you have nothing to do. That is the first step for getting frustration and stress. If at all you need to be active, if at all you are active, if at all you are engaged, act with activities and putting your resources and your abilities into action, I think you'll be doing a wonderful job of reducing the stress. What you are going to do, that is a different question. So, first of all, find out a target for yourself and fix it up, and keep as limited as possible, depending on the your inherent capacity, inherent talent, and inherent ability also. Then wake up early in the morning. You have a schedule, you have a time schedule or time management that I am going to wake up at this point of time. So worry, generally anxiousness, worry, frustration, all these things come up because we are very lazy. We don't do our time. We don't do our work in the appointed time or schedule. So therefore, we have to be very active early in the morning. The more you fix a time and more you are active with the time management, 90% of your stress problems are reduced. So number one is active. Keep yourself active. Keep social relationship with a limited circle, and that circle which supports you, and that circle where you can contribute and you can also take something from others. This give and take circle that you have to keep it. That will help you, that will enable you to keep to, to make yourself comfortable. You are in a comfortable zone at that point of time. Then eat properly, because stress hormones is a physiological problem that again comes with your blood circulation, the way you think, the way you eat the food. So the right type of food has to be eaten. Do not focus on eating, fast foods with masalas, foods which are deterrent to your health. Avoid as far as practicable. Fruits, nuts, proteins. These things are very important, and you may have once in a while the tasty foods that we are talking about. And next one is do meditation if possible. Sit at one place, close your eyes, think, concentrate on an issue or concentrate on certain things. So that will also enable you to reduce stress. Then breathe fresh air, relax yourself. Have some, if you have a good hobby of painting or cartooning or playing badminton or playing cricket or maybe engaging in some other work, do it. Go for a little bit of outing, go for a walk in the garden, relax there, have a fresh lease of life, breathe properly there, inhale and exhale. This is very important. That's why we have in yoga the pranayam, that is very important. Inhaling and exhaling, that will, that will reduce your stress up to 60 to 70%. And then focus on thinking positively. Optimism always reduces the stress. I am always optimistic. You have be a proton. think about positive values, think about good things of life. And even in the friend circle, also keep the friendship in such a way you always keep in a positive frame of mind, contribute. The more you divulge yourself into the negative aspects or negative attitude, that will lead to stress. So, positive attitude plays a very important role. Our attitude must be positive, and that positive attitude leads to confidence. Confidence is very essential because confidence gives courage, confidence gives a kind of strength to you that yes, I can do it. So, next one is believe in yourself. Generally, what happens, we don't believe in ourselves. We are capable, but we don't believe in ourselves. So that again puts you in a lot of trouble, and you go into the negative jargons and keep yourself away. Even though you are able to do it, you cannot do it. So therefore, attitude, positive attitude, positive frame of mind is very, very essential. And involve in a good circle. Don't go into the circle where people are morose. They always talk about negative things. Avoid as far as practicable. And yourself also, generally don't think anything negative. Always keep positive in yourself that I can do, I can finish it off. And why I'm talking about time management, the right thing has to be done at the right time, at the right place. This is the three R's of the management of a person, of an institution, or of an organization. So once you have this is very important. So you can see the birds. So they wake up in time, they come, they visit our house early in the morning at 5:30. Again, they come around 7 o'clock. See, whenever they're very confident lot, and whenever they don't require, they don't eat. They just, you see, there is a water there, a pot of water. They come, they just input, and sufficient amount of water consumption is very important. The birds are doing that. As a human being, you need to take minimum 8 liters of water a day. So you see, these birds, you can observe them. After a few seconds of time, they go and there's a pond, sees the bird has come. See, after every few 1 or 2 minutes of eating something, they come and drink water. So I have been observing these birds a lot. They generally go on drinking very in a very continuous way. So the water I have kept, see, I have kept the water filled up, but now it is almost come to halfway of its pot. So therefore, see, this is very important. So and generally, when you drink water, it cools down your mind, it cools down your brain, and it will enable you to again, the reason the positiveness of the hormone, stress hormones that you need. That means the hormones that create confidence in you. So therefore, this is very important. So now we have seen that is even a small, even a dog, even a cattle, a cow, whichever it is. You see, that's why they don't have a mind, no doubt, but they are stress free. So similarly, go into the park, visit the flowering gardens, or you yourself and plot. You can divert yourself in planting trees, flower garden. Look at them, look at the blooming flowers. That also will give a solace to the brain, and it will make you happy. So this a few things I have mentioned here, but apart from that, our general personality also plays a very important role. How you react to others' comments. So it is an art, and it is an art of management of. See, now I am talking about you. The birds are still concentrating on drinking the water. So, so it is very important on our side just to go to get away from the negative side and focus on the positive sides. And children, particularly, they don't comply well with their peer group. They fight, so that also leads to frustration. And frustration also stems up if the parents don't understand their kids, and if our parents are against you, or your parents don't comply to your wishes. Of course, we all need to comply. We all need to cooperate with our parents, whatever they have assigned to us. But in general, they need to understand what is our capacity and what is our ability. So therefore, all these things together, it is not an easy issue to get away from stress. But as far as practicable, please try to avoid going into the negative side and keep yourself positive. So once you have this, I'm sure stress is, you can get away stress very easily. So everything depends on us and how we can avoid it. So first of all, remember that you have eat proper food, relax yourself, go for a walk, go to the garden, have a hobby, that hobby which can keep you in a circle, have a good circle, friendship circle, involve yourself in games, don't sit idle, don't while away your time in unnecessary things. The more you sit idle, the more your brain will be, see, there is something we call it as rest leads to rust. Rest leads to rust. If you keep an iron rod outside for a continuous period of time, maybe for 2 3 weeks, you'll find that rod gets rusted. And after that, again when you clean it and you remove the rust and do all sort of painting, that rod will not last. The mind is also like that. So rest leads to rust. Avoid rest completely. Avoid laziness. Focus always to be very active, and that will definitely put you in the right state. And you can do wonders because of that. So therefore, stress can be easily, we can easily manage it. For a school student, for a teacher, the amount of pressure that is put on them by the management on them. I have to correct so many papers. I have to, that is the duty, no doubt. But that also can be scheduled. Unnecessary written work, unnecessary homework, unnecessary project work. What is required that management also has to think, and even the parents also have to think. So by doing a lot of homework and lot of written work, you are not going to, perception is very important. What you have understood in the class. First of all, perception, then incorporating the message that has been delivered in the class, then put it on the paper. So these are very important. What generally we do, we put sufficient amount of stress on homework. That's why you see stress comes out of homework. See, everywhere when you talk to a student, hey, how is your school? Our school is very good, sir, but they give a lot of homework, sir, they say. So that homework is a botheration for him. Again, that is, see, homework of mathematics, homework of physics, chemistry, biology, Hindi. So when all of them put there and everybody wants that homework has to be given, so he scribbles something and gives. And homework carries marks. And sometimes the teachers don't assign good marks. So all these things, put into in a nutshell, is very, very important in order to give stress. So therefore, this has to be avoided. So it is a continuous and concerted efforts of all of us together, the management of a organization, the management of a school, the teachers, the parents, and even it is the responsibility of a student to don't not to get it loose, not to be lazy, and do the work in a proper scheduled period of time. So all these things combined together, we can avoid stress. I hope this discussion will help you a lot. And if you have any queries, and please don't worry, just put it on my uh, mail that is there in this. And all the best. And I am sure you enjoyed this complete live video.